Meet Mr. PissAir.
It was me. I started the hantavirus. I did it. I was so sick and tired of all of you making fun of me for the way I live.
Before we continue, I need to issue a warning. If you're eating, stop. If you have a weak stomach, maybe reconsider your life choices. Because this rabbit hole doesn't lead to treasure, it leads directly into a biohazard zone.
I know piss jitsu. Hey-ya! 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 Hey-ya!
So who exactly is Mr. PissAir? Well, he's a TikToker whose entire content strategy revolves around one thing: urine. I know, incredible branding decision. At first, I assumed there was no way this could actually exist on TikTok. Surely the platform would draw the line somewhere before a grown man starts turning bodily fluids into a content niche. Apparently not. His entire page is dedicated to it. Videos, tutorials, demonstrations, things I wish had never been invented. It's like someone sat down and asked, how can I make people regret having eyes?
Today I'm going to be showing you my piss collection. Starting off, we got Amelia. Amelia is not really filled up yet. She's about 75% filled up. She's even got a little bug inside of her. I think that's a fly. Pretty cool, nice little job.
Now here's where things get interesting. A lot of people aren't even sure whether his content is real. There's been plenty of debate online. Some viewers think it's satire, others think it's genuine. Unfortunately, even if every single drop was fake, there's still a massive problem.
I beg your pardon?
The environment this guy lives in looks like it was abandoned during a zombie outbreak. One of his earliest videos was uploaded in September. In it, he introduces something called PissAir. I wish I was joking. The concept is simple. 3 large bottles supposedly filled with urine are placed in front of a fan. According to him, the fan circulates the aroma throughout the room. That's the tutorial. That's the entire invention.
We got 1, 2, 3 bottles of piss. The piss air will come up from the bottle and go in the back of the fan. And then so basically, you got some beautiful piss air. It smells good. It's hygienic. Women love it.
Dude, after watching that shit, I'm about to go repent.
Humanity built rockets. This guy built air freshener for demons. And somehow, that wasn't even the worst part. Because while viewers were busy arguing over whether the liquid was real, I was distracted by something else entirely. The room. Forget the bottles for a second. This place looked catastrophic. The walls were dirty. The room was cluttered. Everything appeared neglected. It wasn't giving content creator. It was giving the final level of a survival horror game. Then he showed his bathroom. And that's when things took a sharp turn from weird internet content into something genuinely disturbing. The shower was stained. The toilet looked neglected.
I shower with my piss, so that's the yellow stuff right there.
Fuck no!
Containers filled with unidentified liquids were stored underneath cabinets. Every surface seemed to tell the same story. Nobody had cleaned this place in a very, very long time. And unfortunately, that was only the beginning. If the bathroom was bad, the room tour somehow managed to be worse, which is impressive in the same way that setting a new world record for stepping on rakes would be impressive. Damn! Mr. PissAir eventually uploaded a video showing viewers how he actually lived, and every second of it felt like discovering a new layer of disappointment. Trash was piled in corners. Trash was scattered across furniture. The deeper the camera moved into the room, the worse everything became. And naturally, viewers started asking an obvious question. With conditions like this, were there bugs? Oh, there were bugs. A lot of bugs. In fact, there were enough bugs to qualify as permanent residents. One video was titled something along the lines of "Going to war with the bugs in my room." At first, I thought it was a joke. Maybe a few flies, maybe a spider, maybe a single roach that wandered in and immediately regretted its decision. No, this man prepared for battle. He pulled out multiple cans of bug spray, he grabbed a Nerf gun, and then he showed viewers a drawer. A drawer that looked like it had become its own ecosystem.
Oh my God!
And somehow, despite the room already looking like it had failed multiple health inspections, things continued getting worse. Because Mr. PissAir also uploaded videos of himself showering. Not normal showers. Showers involving bodily fluids. At that point, I wasn't even reacting anymore. I was just sitting there wondering how many bad decisions had to occur consecutively for this situation to exist. And here's the part that makes the entire story even stranger. A lot of people assume he's doing this for money. That would at least make some kind of sense. Terrible sense, but still sense. The problem is that many of his early videos wouldn't have even qualified for TikTok monetization requirements. He wasn't making significant money. He wasn't farming massive sponsorships. He wasn't cashing checks from some mysterious gross content industry. At least in the beginning, he appeared to be doing this because he genuinely wanted to. Then things escalated again, because one video showed him literally shadowboxing while holding bottles of urine, like some bizarre training montage nobody asked for. Just when I thought the content had reached its absolute limit, Mr. PissAir uploaded something that somehow managed to lower the bar even further. A fridge tour. Now normally, a fridge tour is one of the safest forms of content imaginable. You open the door, people see some food, maybe someone gets judged for having too much ketchup. That's usually where the story ends. Not here. The moment he opened that freezer door, it looked like something had gone catastrophically wrong years ago and nobody ever addressed it.
Down here, we got the same thing.
I was half expecting an archaeologist to pop out and start explaining the significance of an ancient frozen chicken nugget, but the freezer wasn't even the main problem. The lower section of the fridge was where things became genuinely difficult to look at. I was simply accepting that every video would somehow reveal a new level of chaos, and right when I thought we'd finally reached the bottom, Mr. PissAir introduced a brand new activity, piss golf.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no.
Again, a phrase that should not exist. According to him, all you need is 3 bottles of urine and a golf club, because apparently regular golf wasn't confusing enough. Watching the tutorial felt like witnessing somebody invent a sport after being locked in a room with terrible ideas for several months. He attempted to demonstrate the game while liquid splashed around the floor.
Today I'm going to be teaching you how to play some piss golf. So if you want a fun game to play with your friends, this is the video for you. All you're going to need is 3 bottles of piss and your golf stick. The hard part about this is that you have to do this with your eyes closed. So let's start. Okay.
At this point, the actual challenge wasn't understanding the rules. The challenge was understanding why any of this was happening. Which brings us to the biggest question in the entire story. Who is this guy? And surprisingly, nobody really knows. Information about him is extremely limited. There aren't detailed interviews. There isn't some elaborate backstory. There isn't a documentary explaining how things got here. The only concrete detail people managed to uncover was a Cash App account that appeared to be connected to the name Dre. That's it. That's basically the entire identity trail. Everything else remains a mystery, and honestly, after seeing the content, I wasn't sure whether solving the mystery would make anything better. Because looking at the bigger picture, this doesn't feel like someone chasing a trend. It doesn't feel like somebody running a clever joke either. If it were satire, it would require an almost impossible level of commitment. We're talking about someone repeatedly showing a living environment filled with trash, insects, stains, and containers of bodily fluids. That's not a one-time bit. That's a lifestyle. And that's why so many viewers believe there's something deeper going on. Whether it's severe hoarding behavior, mental health struggles, or something else entirely, the situation appears far beyond normal internet shock content. Because remember, this wasn't one video. It wasn't one bad decision. It was an entire account built around behavior that most people would actively avoid documenting. We weren't looking at somebody accidentally exposing a messy room. We were looking at someone deliberately turning it into content. And that's what makes the whole thing so unsettling. The videos aren't shocking because they're gross. They're shocking because somebody chose to upload them.